Hi friends, it's Terry Stewart, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to my Stamping is Fun channel. And the sweet of the month this month is the Oval Occasions. So I have a fabulous project. Actually, I have two projects, so make sure you see the next video. So let's get started. So my project that I've created with the Oval Occasions bundle is this card, Welcome Little One. We have some blending on there. We have the stamped image and it's punched out. And on the inside, I've added some hearts that is also in this bundle and along the envelope edge. So the bundle, the Oval Occasions bundle, comes with this stamp set and this coordinating punch, and it does punch two ovals, a smaller oval and a larger scalloped oval that coordinate with this Oval Occasion stamp set. And I love this stamp set. It has a birthday, a thank you, a friend, these bunnies that can coordinate that we're going to use today with this Welcome Little One, so a baby card, or I've used this for an Easter. And this sentiment down here works well for St. Patrick's Day. And of course you have these lovely stars and hearts and florals, and we'll be using these hearts today. So this is a great set, very versatile, time to celebrate, happy birthday, which I always use happy birthdays and thank yous. And I love bunnies. So this is a great set and I really love it. So if you participated in my Suite of the Month for May, which was the Oval Occasions bundle, plus you upgraded to create a suite with any stamps, with any paper you might have liked, or tools, like I'll be using the blending brushes. That would be a great add-on. So here's the kit you would have gotten from me. We have a base of white cardstock, and it is a half sheet scored in half. So I'm just going to fold that right along that score line with my bone folder. And then we have a quarter sheet, the first layer, which is will fit right on top of our card base. Your kit would have included a scallop oval punch, but I'll be punching mine as I progress today. Have some gold cording, piece of scrap, that's what I'm going to put my stamping on, and a piece of crinkled ribbon. So I'll be stamping this image using Versamark on this piece of white scrap paper, and then we'll stick the gold embossing powder on top of it. So I'm just inking this up, and this is a thicker ink. It's clear, so it won't dry. It gives you time to add the embossing powder. Now you cannot see it. If you hold it to the light, you might be able to see a faint image. I'll bring a piece of scrap paper in, and I'm going to pour my gold embossing powder over that image, and then I will pour some the excess back into my container. Go. And then my scrap paper, I'll pour even more back into the container. So this little container goes a long way. I'm going to place a clothespin to hold it and bring in my heat tool. Now this gets very hot. It's not, it may look and sound like a hair dryer, but it actually gets up to 450 degrees, very, very hot. So don't put your finger in front of it. So here we go. And if you can notice that the powder will turn shiny, and that's all you want is to melt that powder. And you don't want to overheat it because you can burn that powder. So now we're going to set this aside and work on our base. So I'm going to do some blending before stamping my Welcome Little One on it. So here's the blending brush. These do come. So the blending brushes come in a set of 3. And you can see here I've used this yellow one, but they might look like sponges, but it's really little tiny bristles, and they're so super, super soft. I would be using a blushing bride and with a piece of scrap paper. It's my blushing bride. You will bounce the brush on the ink. And you don't want to blop on your cardstock. You want to keep it kind of a very gentle blend. So you can bounce it here and then bring it onto your cardstock. So I'll just keep inking this and swirling the ink around. And I'm generally starting right here on the right hand side and about the lower third. The image that I just heat embossed will cover if I do end up with a blob of ink. I like to hold my brush at the end. Some people like to have more control with their finger on top. But I find that just going around in a circle. And I'm kind of doing an oval, want to elongate and go up. And so to have kind of a shadow of this inking color. And just keep layering on ink until color saturation you would like. And I'm doing circles. I started in the center and then just work my way out on the cardstock to blend all those colors out. I think I'm just about to the color saturation that I would like. So this is my chamois and my brush. And if I just bounce my brush on the chamois, it will absorb the ink. These chamois take up ink, they absorb the ink. This is how I'm cleaning my brushes. Now I do plan to have one for reds, one for blues, one's for yellows. But until I get all those brushes, I'm just taking the ink out of it with my chamois. Now with my black memento ink, I'm gonna stamp my welcome little one right down here in the bottom. So before, this is the image that we just heat embossed. And before I use my punch to punch it out, I'm going to add a little bit of color. I mean, with my Wink of Stella and the ink pad, you open it up and squeeze a little bit. You get ink up on to the top of the ink pad. And then with my Wink of Stella, you want to make sure it's clear, runs clear, and then pick up some ink here, and I'm going to paint these flowers. The Wink of Stella offers a kind of a watercolor effect, but it also adds sparkle. So these flowers are going to have sparkle. Maybe just a lighter center. And then to clean the pen, just on a piece of scrap, rub it back and forth, and now you're ready to use it as a clear pen or to gather another color. So I'll bring in my oval punch now, and I'll be using the scallop oval. Put my image in there and center it. I'll be putting some dimensionals on this. I'll be topping this up on the front. So add some mini dimensionals. Okay. Oh, one more bit of stamping. I forgot that I wanted to add some hearts on the inside and some hearts along the edge of my envelope. So with my Blushing Bride ink and my heart stamps, I have pieces of scrap paper here because I'm going to stamp off. So stamp off, and then kind of at an angle, and then I'm going to turn my stamp off, and have the little hearts kind of line up, and this will make a wave of stamps, a wave of hearts. And there we go. Now for my envelope, I am not going to stamp off. I'm just going to use these full strength, but still starting at an angle and coming up. This will create a wave of hearts on the front of our envelope. So to complete the front of the card, I'm going to lay this ribbon across and then put my oval punch on top of that, and then tie a bow with my gold cord. So I've kind of dry fit this as that I want my punch here. I'm going to turn this over. I'll use this guideline on my grid paper to figure out where to put this. I'm going to use this tear and tape to hold the ribbon on the back. Just a small piece is enough for this ribbon. And that will hold it in place. And now we can adhere our card front to our base. Make sure I have my hearts in the right way on the inside. And then I'll be using some liquid glue to adhere this. And then just center it top and bottom, left and right. Our punched out focal piece, the sweet little bunnies. Mama bunny and a baby bunny. And then I'll put that right over the ribbon. I've got some cord here, the gold cord is a nice little detail with the gold embossing. And I'll just fiddle with this until I get the loops the size that I would like them. Bring in my Pick-a tool again to pick up this glue dot. And I'm going to put this on the card base and then adhere my gold bow right on top of that. And snip off these ends. And there's the finished card. So this is, again, the Oval Occasions Suite of the Month. I hope you enjoyed it. Please visit my blog, stampinghair.blogspot.com, and I'll have all the measurements for this project. Subscribe to my channel so I can bring you even more fun stamping projects. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, remember, stamping is fun.